My name is Chris Miracle, and this video is to show the viewer some of the springs, sinkholes, and other karst features that lie in close proximity to the proposed Sable Trail gas pipeline where it crosses the Withlacoochee River in Hamilton and Madison County, Florida. This is Morgan Springs when the water level is a little bit higher than normal. Morgan Spring Run. This is the spring run of Morgan Springs as it empties into the Withlacoochee River. This bank immediately downstream of Morgan Springs is a great example of what exists here on Holly Point. It is very cavernous and fractured. There are two springs that come out of this bank under the water line. This is Chaplain Spring. It's flowing nice and clear and strong. It's coming out of a hole about 6, maybe 7 feet under the water line, right under the bank. You can make out the hole down there. The water's so clear it looks like it's right there below the surface. This is the side mount spring coming out of the side of this bank right here. You can see how cavernous and rocky it is. It's flowing very clear and strong. This is Little Spring. Coming right out of the bank. It's flowing very clear. These are shots of Thunderhole Slough Run and Springs. This is Thunderhole Slough Spring number 1. It's very green right now in color. It's not flowing. A month ago, in 1st of June, it was flowing very clear and hard down a run approximately 300 feet to the river out this way. Right now it's probably about 25 feet across and maybe 12 feet deep. Here is a rock field in Thunderhole Slough that Spring 2 makes its way through toward the river. This is Thunderhole Slough Spring number 2. It's probably 25 or 30 feet across. Was crystal blue, about flowing really clear a month ago. This is July, beginning of June. It was flowing clear right out here through this slough about a quarter of a mile or so to the river. It met up with Thunderhole Spring number 1, and then follows the same run out the river. This is a crack spring. Little bubblers like this occur all along the bank. This is Miracle Spring, located at the bottom of the river, just downstream from Crack Spring. This part of the bank is very cavernous. Has a lot of fractured limestone. And it's just upstream from where the pipeline crosses, or the proposed pipeline will cross. This is where the proposed pipeline will cross the Withlacoochee River. You see the flag there. We've got a lot of limestone upstream and down. Let me just pan on around to the other side of it. Yeah, let's see. You can see a flag in there. There's one up there on the bank as well. And we're going to be heading right over here next. There's a spring there I want to show you. This is the power line spring. You can see the boil right here. I'm going to probably kind of get my mask on and go down and show you underwater. It comes out of the bank several feet below the water line. And of course, being called the power line springs, it's located right here on the power line, right next to where the proposed pipeline will cross. This is the spring run from Ferry Springs as it enters the Withlacoochee River. And hopefully you can see across the river there, or just a short distance from here, the power line easement where the pipeline will cross. This is Morrison Springs. You can, if you look real close, you can just make out past those trees where the pipeline crosses. This is a karst window located approximately 100 feet from Morrison Spring. Hopefully you can see the flow of the water heading toward the river bank. Very cavernous. This is a karst window located about 125 feet from Morrison Spring. There's a series of, I think, 5 sinkholes, 2 of which are karst windows. This sinkhole and 2 cavern openings are just adjacent to the proposed pipeline. These active sinkholes are just adjacent to the proposed pipeline route. Here's a sinkhole just a few hundred feet south of Ferry Spring. You can see the dirt on the sides. It's a fairly young and active sinkhole. And it's just adjacent to the power line where the proposed pipeline will cross. You can see through those trees the clearing out there of the power line. This karst window is located a couple of 100 feet from the proposed pipeline, and from where a couple of 100 feet from where the drilling platform would be situated. It's several hundred feet to the east on the Hamilton County side of the river. This is a still shot of Adam Spring. This is Adam Spring. The spring you can see over here, and then followed by a short run. To a sink. It's got a circular motion to it where the water is going back to the aquifer.